Welcome to my world, the world of Erin. I just got back from celebrating a friend's birthday trip in Riverside. Never thought I was going to go to Riverside. But we went to the Cheech Museum. We stayed at the historic Mission Inn, which actually used to be a mission. And we ate some good food and just celebrated. So I have a vlog. My friends are also my age. I'm 35. And a lot of them don't want to be on camera. So it was a little awkward for my first vlog situation with friends, to be honest. But we got through it. We persevered. We did some outfit of the days. We did some looks. We showed some food. And we had a moment. But just come along and watch and enjoy the ride.
I feel like they just redid that recently, but what do I know about it?
We're in Riverside, California this weekend. Something I thought I'd never say, but it's my friend's birthday, so we are traveling and visiting from Los Angeles. We're checking out a couple museums and staying at the historic Mission Inn. We made it to the beautiful Mission Inn. Here is my room. It is right off to the pool. Look how beautiful it is. I'm so excited. This is so cute and luxe. I wish I brought outfits that kind of match the decor. This is what we're doing today. We're doing a little polo moment with a long skirt and some loafers, kind of giving schoolgirl vibes, but we're going to a museum, so I thought it was like cute museum apparel. Then we have the bathroom. We got some free water. Bathroom, pretty looks. It's definitely older. There's random birds there too, which I don't understand, but that's fine. And then all my luggage and stuff is in the closet here. But this is so cute and fun for a one-day little stay. Let's head over to the Cheech Museum. I'm late. But it'll be fun. Let's check it out. It's giving haunted for sure, like dark, mysterious, haunted vibes. Hotel was giving scary, spooky, something hilarious, whatever that song is. But it was kind of cool because I realized that it was an actual mission, and I grew up in San Luis Obispo and there's an actual mission there. But then I was thinking about like mission ghosts and like little altar boys and like weird stuff, and I took it to the wrong place. It's a really beautiful place, but I just took it to the wrong place in my mind. But before I realized it was an actual mission, I was really enjoying everything, and it was really fun. A brief intermission. Okay, Mr. Cowboy. We see you. I missed him in real life, but we see you now. We see you. It's like a whole president's lounge. Looks cool. I'll have to check that out. I guess a bunch of presidents have stayed there before. The Mission Inn. And here is the Cheech Museum. That is what we're going to. Probably right here is best. Honestly, I just needed to get out of LA because sometimes it's just a little hectic, okay? So you need like a little hour staycation. This is not bad. Right there's the Mission Inn. Just across we have the Cheech Museum. We're gonna go check out. The Cheech Museum is awesome. I was so impressed by the museum. I haven't gone to an art museum in so long, and it reminded me that I just need to get out of the house more. So take this as a reminder to leave your house, because you will experience cool things when you leave your house. But it's basically the guy from Cheech and Chong, He owns all of this art. So all of this art on the bottom floor is all his private collection, and he keeps it at this museum. And how cool, so people can actually go see it. Some of my favorite art was actually in this museum, obviously in the museum, but it was in this room, and they had this like 3D art, and this one piece in particular I was obsessed with. It had LED lights in the back, and then it was all ingrained with like knives. Now, I'm no artist in the sense, so I don't know how to describe stuff like this, but call me obsessed. I loved it. It was beautiful. Do I want it in my house? No. But do I appreciate it as art? Yes, I did. So the bottom floor was all owned by Cheech, and that is why the museum is called the Cheech Museum. But then we went upstairs, and upstairs is all like pieces of art that are inspired by another artist. Now, I have it here in the video, but I'm not quite sure of the name of the lady who did this. But I really enjoyed the 3D art. They were all kind of like ofrendas. I think I'm pronouncing that right, but basically they are all things that you leave to appreciate your ancestors and different ways that they did it. So there's like a desk, there's beautiful flowers and such, and then the last piece I really enjoyed because it is a whole thing of how she healed herself, which is really cool. It was like giving the bruja in me life. I loved it. It was all like naturopath medicines and stuff, and basically she healed herself. So I found that to be really cool. Also, that marble thing, like, I don't know how they did it, but it was so gorgeous. Everything was so bright and pretty, and like, can we bring back bright art, please?
I was just cleaning it.
Had all intentions to go to the Riverside Art Museum as well, and you get that ticket included with your Cheech Museum ticket, so why not go? But we were actually all just like in more of a chill mood, wanted to get the birthday drink started, so we decided to walk back to the hotel, and it's literally across the street. I was honestly not expecting this opulence from Riverside. So go Riverside, because when I thought of Riverside, all I thought of was the Riverside College that's there. But like, look how bougie this is. Okay, statue. And then everything was just like this rustic, rich, luxe vibe. Honestly, there was a lot of mixed vibes going on, and I couldn't really explain it. Like, those birds were kind of giving tiki. This was kind of, I don't know, giving mission, which as it should. So we ended up sitting down for a drink, and at this moment I was still on my sober journey. That would change towards the night, which that did change, but it's okay. So I was on my sober journey. So we were drinking my Alani Nu powder, which gives you energy. Highly recommend. Not sponsored, but Alani Nu, hey girl, if you want to sponsor your girl. Now the menu was pretty small. I mean, for bites, I was actually pretty starving at this time because I like to run my life just on like egg sandwiches and then not eat until the evening. But we were eating dinner in like 2 hours, so I decided to get a shrimp cocktail. I thought that was going to be really fancy, really fun. And then pull up, my shrimp is on a plate with some cocktail sauce. Now, if that is not the most pathetic looking shrimp cocktail you have ever seen in your life, this shrimp cocktail was not giving luxury, was not giving opulence, and was not matching the vibes. But did we persist? Did we still eat it? Yes, we did. Now, I was eating, this was like my only time where I really decided to vlog in front of everybody. And then my friend was telling his friend how I am a social media expert and I get paid to do social media, which is kind of true, yes. But so far the YouTube journey, we are working on the monetization. But back to the shrimp. It was good. Like, shrimp tastes good in cocktail sauce. But when I get a shrimp cocktail, I want it to be banging, if you know what I mean. Then we took a peek outside, and honestly, we made this mistake by going inside the bar because this was giving France. This was giving, we are outside, we're on a European vacation. And that is where I should have been. Also, did you see the little mission boy up there? That's kind of weird. But other than that, we are giving luxury. We are giving vacation. And I am purely obsessed. So I really wanted to do brunch outside the next day. Turns out I decided to drink and was extremely hungover. So we did not do that, but I got to get this view and it was nice. So we took a stroll back inside and we found this bell, which turns out to be the oldest living bell in Christendom. Can someone explain that to me? Because I don't know what that means. But apparently this bell of Spanish origin, inscribed with the date of 1247 AD, is considered the oldest dated bell in Christendom. And the master then actually purchased the bell in London and then brought it over. So that's a fun fact. So there's history. There's more history in here than you would know. And then we decided to go to this record store, which I actually have a working record player now. So I thought maybe I'd find a Spice Girls record or something. And that was the mission. The best part of this lobby, though, are these roses. Like, someone please grant me some of these. After the record store, we decided it was time to switch up into our night looks, and girl, did I pack. I packed as if I was going on a week-long vacation, so you already knew that I had to change, and I had to show looks. And that is exactly what I did. All right, here is the night look. We're going to an Italian restaurant in the Mission Inn, and can you believe these views? Like, this is giving looks, this is giving vacation. Also, I just found out that this actually was the Mission in Riverside, and they turned it into an inn. I feel so cute though. I wish I had better shoes, but I wore new shoes and I got a blister already. So we are improvising with these guys. And now I'm gonna go meet up with everyone else. They're doing like before dinner cocktails. My friends don't really want to be on camera, which is fair. So it's just me. But it's been such a fun experience and I needed to get out of LA and I didn't realize it. So we're leaving, we're loving, and I'll see you guys at dinner.
Christmas in Vegas all over.
Oh, you know what? I think they're having a wedding. No, this has been since Christmas. They left this since Christmas.
There's hearts though too.
No, because they have hearts.
Oh, this is for Valentine's Day probably, because it says love too. I forgot to film it, but I have photo proof. But before dinner, we walked by this little area and we saw Casey's Cupcakes. The Casey from Laguna Beach.
Melda, will you make un quesadilla, por favor?
And I about fangirled this damn cupcake shop was closed, but I was bound and determined to have a mission to eat one of these Casey's Cupcakes. Turns out I didn't, but on to the next time to Riverside, maybe. We reach our dinner destination, and it is an Italian restaurant that is connected to the hotel. We had a prepaid dinner situation going on, and stuff just kept getting worse. Now, it ended up being kind of funny at the end of the day, but we were supposed to get entrees. We ended up just getting a bunch of pizza and pasta, and then they gave us champagne in a cup to take back. But the restaurant was giving Queen of the North. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, you know what I mean. These lights were gothic, it was interesting, but all in all, when you are with your friends, it's always a good time. So, despite the complications, despite the weird things that were going on, we were having fun.
I'll be very monotone.
So post-dinner, we decided to go see what this presidential lounge was all about. And I had no clue, but it turns out that the Mission Inn was a very welcoming stop for presidents. And a lot of them actually stayed at the Mission Inn. And the president stayed in the presidential suite. But they no longer have the presidential suite open. It actually is now a bar. So if you want to feel like a president, go to the Mission Inn. You can check it out. They have a bunch of cocktails named after all the presidents, or a bunch of presidents actually. And if there is a cocktail named after a president, that president did stay at the Mission Inn. My favorite part about this was all these photos that they had on the wall. And it was really cool. I am a history buff. I know it's pretty crazy because I'm hot and I'm a female, but I do like history, and that is a thing that hot females can like. JFK, I fangirled over JFK. And I didn't think I would be this excited, but I don't know. It's just really cool. Like, living in California, you don't get a lot of like presidential history, I guess. So I was just kind of freaking out. Maybe do I need to go to Washington, D.C.? This is really, really just turning into me realizing that I need to leave the house. Okay, I'm almost done ranting. But here's some more pictures, and it was really fun vibes. And then there's a staircase, and that staircase actually went up to the presidential suite. So you can check that out. I actually thought this, Amelia Earhart. I actually thought this was really cool, and I recommend checking it out. Honestly, if you're around Riverside, this alone is worth it. This was really fun and really cool. After the presidential lounge, we ended up just hanging out in a room, talking, chatting, drinking, and it was a grand old time. The night took us into the morning, And the next day, as a 35-year-old who didn't drink for 2 months, I was hungover. So there was no filming happening. I was on a mission to just get home and get in my bed, as any hungover person does. So we didn't get any footage of that because honestly, there was no effort and there was no energy to do so. But I really appreciate you guys hanging out, checking out my blog. There's definitely going to be more content coming. As you see, we are getting out of the house in 2025. So come along on this journey with me and come and join me in my world next time. I'll see you then.